exciting to see this develop. It's been over 30 years since I first took part in a Pride Parade, and to see the increase in the number of people attending, the number of people participating, to see the corporate community and others who weren't involved back then fully involved now is really really uplifting, and we're going to defeat this amendment. That's the key now. I think everybody's mobilized and highly motivated to organize, and that's what will do it. Walk hand in hand with me, that is our destiny. No greater love.
During the Tom Emmer campaign, Target faced a lot of slack for contributing corporate money. More recently, General Mills has faced some slack from the pro-amendment crowd for coming out against this amendment. Should corporations be able to contribute financially and also make statements about political campaigns like this? Should they do that?
I've not been in favor of corporations making political contributions and so on. I think everybody should be in favor of equality. That's the bottom line here. All we want is equality. And so for corporations or individuals or anybody to say we want to treat everybody fairly, that's a good thing, and I hope everybody's for equality. So yeah, I'm pleased that people, businesses, individuals, churches, others are finally coming around and saying it's time to give equality for everyone. I think corporate money and actually all the big money has to be taken out of politics, but that's separate. I think corporations saying we support equality, I mean that's what they've been doing in their work practices. They ought to do it everywhere in society. So I'm glad people are saying no to this ugly thing.
Gentlemen, we will conclude this week of shows tonight at the Gay 90s.
It's not just this campaign, this issue, it's all of our government. Money runs Washington. They're bought and paid for both in the White House and Congress. It's a plutocracy that serves the interests of the very wealthy and not worrying about the public interest anymore.
I think that when you balance everything, corporate money in politics is the wrong answer. Money to support campaigns should be limited and to come with people who have belly buttons, natural persons, and even they should have limits on the amounts, and we should have public support of campaigns. So I'm not against fundraising, but I think corporate money is generally a bad idea. Now, having said that, I applaud General Mills because I think they're for equal rights for all. And I don't see there's anything wrong with a corporate board passing a resolution saying we're for this or we're for that, But when they start weighing in with all the money, that's when things really change. So I think that corporations, quite frankly, even before Citizens United could give, individual persons could give and work there. And that's been the case, and that hasn't changed. What has really changed is that now a executive can reach into the corporate treasury and use that money to push a narrow political agenda. That's wrong, and I think it should stop. If they want to say we're for this or we're for that, they have a business reason for doing it. It creates a warmer environment for all of their employees. So I can see them, so that makes sense. But when you weigh in with the money, that's a different deal.
Well, the Supreme Court for right now has said, that corporations have all the same rights as people when it comes to political activity. And so they can, within legal framework, speak up and speak out. However, anybody who contributes a certain dollar amount, over $100, to my political campaign, a regular citizen has to disclose that amount. So if we're going to treat corporations like people, and I don't think corporations are people, they should have to disclose the dollar amount that they're giving. And they shouldn't be afraid to. The speech is about being able to speak freely in this country with pride. They should be proud of who they're speaking out on behalf of, and that's why we're so proud of General Mills here today. Well, they have the right. The Supreme Court said that. But if they contribute to a campaign, they also, I believe, have the shared responsibility of reporting that amount of a contribution. If a private citizen, someone individual gives to my campaign at a certain dollar amount, they're to disclose that. Corporations should have to disclose at a dollar amount as well.
Hey, hey, vote no! This amendment has got to go! Hey, hey, vote no!
State to legislate love instead of hate.
I believe that people don't think that we should ever amend hate or religious doctrine into our Constitution. And that's why people are coming out now, including many of the churches from all faiths of Christianity. We've seen Jewish temples speak out, and we've seen other faiths speak out as well.
The only poll number that ultimately matters is on election day, so it's really about educating people and then getting them out to vote. And if we do that, we'll defeat it.